Welcome everyone to this week's ColorScope. My name's Elizabeth Harper. My website is sealedwithlove.com. And this week I have a wonderful guest, my friend Beth Lynch. Hi, Beth.
Hi.
Beth's website is innerlightteaching.com. Beth is situated in Geneva in upstate New York, so if you're in that area, check her out. She's also online with a radio show on AwakenedRadio.net, so take a look there as well. She's doing lots of different things, so you'll see when you go to her website. Okay, so we chose 3 colors in honor of the solstice this week, and of course in the northern hemisphere it's summer solstice, in the southern hemisphere it's winter solstice. So the 3 colors are black, white and grey. So you may use that to connect to those colors, but we're also linking them with crystals and other energies. So you can also choose black obsidian, white quartz crystal, or silver. So just see how your energy flows with that and make one choice. Just choose one of those. Okay, so we're going to start with black. So black obsidian. Now obsidian is a volcanic glass that, of course, with that volcanic energy, it's very hot. So that black has been very hot and now it's cooled down. Black, of course, to me, is something that you can't necessarily understand what's going to happen next, but you know there's something going to happen. Black obsidian is often used with magic mirrors. So you look into that mirror and you scry your future, or you scry the energy, or you get to know what's going on around you by looking into this black. So I feel that you need to look into something at this moment that you don't understand. You may use your psychic ability, your intuition, but you need to look. And it could be something right now, could be something in the past, could be something that you just haven't understood, but it's time to look at it and it's time to get that understanding and invite your angels and your guides to help you with that. Okay, so I'm going to hand you over now to Beth and see what Beth has to say.
Hi. So that was very interesting what you were just giving me, and it's something as I walked this morning I was actually doing about something very important in my life. So I find that quite interesting because now it's made me feel like, yes, it is time, and it's something that I've been putting, I wouldn't say on a back burner, but on a side burner.
Okay.
So it was interesting as I was just like, oh my God, she was with me walking this morning. Woo! Okay, talk about reflection.
So what would you say for that black color? What comes to you for our listeners, for our subscribers, to see what an insight for them?
For them, I think it's to really trust where you feel. When I feel the color black, I also feel it's the unknown. Yeah. And we have to step out of the unknown and be okay with it. And I feel blessed that I am comfortable with the unknown. You know what I mean? And I embrace it and know and trust in divine timing. So I think if people really get into that trust of divine timing, it helps them in the synchronicity, but also to always know, and as you were telling me, that there will be a time where movement is necessary. And not to be afraid of that movement. But this, when you're less analyzing and you can really feel it, and I feel like something that I thought, and personally I thought had a little more time to go. Like I was viewing it maybe end of 2012, beginning of 2013, and was okay with it. This morning, and after now what you've said to me, I've realized everything is so accelerated that black is going to open. The light's going to come in much faster if you embrace not the fear of what the unknown is, and embrace the unknown. Because, even in reading that I do, people, I don't read, I tell people, I'm not reading it's not about reading your future. Be the creator of it. Always be in alignment. And don't worry about what's unknown. The minute you step out of unknown, it's okay to be where you are, and you're in alignment with the intuitively making choices and decisions and not missing things that'll be there. I don't know. That's what I felt to share.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. And as you were sharing, you had all this light come around you. So it was great. You had lots of spirit with you as you were talking. Thank you. Okay, so our next color is white. So this is the white quartz crystal. Now, crystal, of course, quartz crystal comes in lots of different colors and lots of different opacities. But when I think of this, it's that white quartz crystal that you can't see through. So my sense is that, with quartz crystal, it's often put into timepieces. It holds the time, and it's like a little record keeper. And I feel with that white energy that you have lots and lots of things to look at right now. And it may be that you're sort of buzzing and you're not sure which way to look, and there's all these different things going on, and you might be feeling a little bit confused. And I keep seeing, what's interesting with this is I keep seeing dolphins, and I keep seeing this energy of just maybe going with the flow and just connecting with the flow right now to help you. And once you do that, once you stop trying to make things happen or stop trying to look in a certain direction, you will go with the flow of the energy, and that dolphin energy, it makes me want to cry. That dolphin energy is just going to move you. So maybe that white dolphin energy. So you might want to look at what white dolphins mean, because
I
think
will
about
do that.
it. Yeah. So just move that energy along and go with the flow. So
I like that.
Let's see what you have to say about the white energy.
Well, as you were saying it, I almost felt like, to see, a lot of times we think of the light, around us, and I'm passionate about people, don't be afraid to reach out into your higher energy, divine energy, the sacred energy, source, or whatever our words are for that place, and bring it in. And I actually felt like these almost look like big icicles up here in New York. We're used to seeing those in the winter, and these big icicles coming in, but they weren't cold. They were beautiful. They were glistening. And in the form of them, and I felt like for people to embrace their own, the manifestation comes from source. Really, it does come from source, but it will be in a physical expression down here. And when we embrace that understanding in source, we don't drain the icicles. I feel like touching, and they're not cold, but they're filled with emotion. So I don't know if I'm getting something for myself or but it's like, I'm touching the icicles, and it's okay, and they're beautiful, and the water that comes from them is nurturing and cooling. So it's funny you were saying something about the fire, because I feel a lot of coolness. I personally am very connected to dolphins. I've had beautiful experiences with them in meditations that are beyond what I couldn't have asked, for it. And so, and I'm Florida bound in my future at some time, because I was there for 20 years and have been in New York 10, but I feel my work takes me everywhere. So I'll, but it'll be my roots again. So when you were saying the dolphins, it was interesting, because I just know that at some point, my work takes me there a lot already, and there's a flow there with that. I always just feel I'm riding that wave with them, and always will be. So I think to tell others to trust that wave, trust in the wave. The wave is okay. It isn't always going to be a straight shot with things, and to trust that flow and timing, and divine timing. When you embrace divine timing for yourself, you're not in the structure of the physical world timing, but you're also not in that structure that time's going to run out, because after this existence, there is eternal life. And that is such a beautiful, when you have that in you, in every cell of your being, there is just a place that you can sit in every choice and challenge that is comforting. And I know I hope that for everyone. So I wish and hope that they, through people like ourselves, we're on that passion to show them that. And we have to live it. We do have to live it. So, I think when you really allow yourself to live it, you feel that. It's a feeling. You can't give it to anyone. It is a feeling. You can create a space and a mindset for them to look into, but they have to walk into it, not to be afraid to walk into that light. They are that light. Cool. That's what got me going this morning. I don't know if it's my Dunkin' Donuts coffee or...
There's lots of energies moving around you. You know, it's great as you talk. It's good to see.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going with silver. So our next and final color is silver, which is gray, of course. And that silver energy, you know, when I feel it, when we think of the crystals, we started out with obsidian, which is that volcanic glass, and then we went into the crystal energy. And now we're going into the metal energy, and it's kind of harder, but I see that as liquid. I see it almost like mercury. And that silver energy, you can have it hard or you can have it flowing. It's like there's always a theme with the ColorScopes. This is very much about flow and going with the flow. And that silver, when I keep seeing it psychically, I'm seeing it in a straight line, and it's just going straight there. Silver energy with the metal. It's, to me, I'm being told that it's about honoring yourself and honoring your journey, honoring your adventure, and just allowing yourself again to go with the flow of that energy. But silver reflects. So it's about reflecting on your journey and looking at maybe reflections around you. Don't blame others for what's not happening or what is happening in your life. They're just reflections. And I'm getting this sense with that silver energy that you're connecting to a lot of soulmates, a lot of people that you have karmic bonds with. And sometimes those karmic bonds are not always kind of sweet and nice. Sometimes they're a little bit challenging, and that's the whole point. They bring up our stuff so that then we become better spirits, maybe better people, maybe, or we just learn from that experience. It kind of brings a little bit more fruitfulness to our lives. So don't blame anyone that's around you right now. Just look at your own reflection. Take them as reflections and whatever they're doing as reflections. And then look at yourself and how it's affecting you. And then begin that process, if you haven't already, of healing. So that you can shift and move into the flow of that liquid silver. Okay. So over to you. See what you have to say, Beth.
You have no idea what guitar strings you're plucking right now. I love metaphors. It's like that's what I saw. Bing, 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 bing. She just got me, boy. And yeah, personally, again, I was really reflecting this morning on something very important on my walk. And there was probably a little this much blame, or it probably used to be this much blame, that I was contemplating, and I thought, okay, it's endless, the lessons I've learned. So, and I was embracing them, and it's interesting because the piece that came through me on the walk, you just, oh my God, I felt like your spirit was just walking beside in my head, and it probably was. Yeah, you know, very nice. So I guess I think that for others, I don't even know what to add to that except that you've hit me in a place that's very strong, and I kind of felt like all that was said to me now has grounded. And I think that when you share it with, when people can feel that, you know, you said something about the spirit and, you know, the humanness, and it is that connection that when we separate, we will make what will be choices more challenging. We will make things be more of a conflict than a learning experience. And the silver just made me feel that it's okay, you know, both can be, the silver is about both, the black and the white, you know, the manifestation of the metal, you know, the solidness. So you can feel like you're on solid ground even in some of your hardest challenges. I don't like the word hardest either. Intense. Everything's emotion, you know? Emotion. Remember those icicles and the water was dripping? And we're allowing that emotion to flow. And yeah, I just felt like people need to trust in that and to embrace the two powerful aspects of who they are as a spiritual and a human being. And no more separation, because that's the metal. That's what grounds. That's what allows us to be in the physical expression, you know, and enjoy it because it is beautiful. In spite of some of the challenges you go through, those are going to be your biggest teacher. What you learn from it will be, you know, the biggest lesson, the silver, you know, the shine, the reflection. And that's all I see, all these little mirrors looking, and it's okay. And the faces in the mirrors. So let your, if things are getting to you, if things seem to be coming in too much to you from those karmic ties, that to visualize those little round mirrors and put the faces in them and smile at them and say it's okay. And I feel that that's a symbol or a metaphor being shown to show how we don't have to keep it in the heart chakra or in our solar plexus where we feel we're losing power or we need too much, because sometimes we're not the best judge of that in our own situations. So this will help you to use that technique to let these little silver mirrors, you can put the faces or the decision you got to make in it. Let it float around your energy field and use the gaze, use the gaze so you uncord to the over-emotional response that you may be having. Wow.
That's
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for pulling that out of me, Elizabeth. I should say pulling out of here, right? The third eye. Oh, wow.
You. Wow.
I will use that technique, I'll tell you that.
That's a great technique, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel when we're open, we're always giving. People will say sometimes, well, how do you know it's not your imagination? I said, you know what I heard once when I put that question out? If it is an image, it is real. It has emotion. And you can discipline your images. You can select them or select how you want to see them, and it's true. And, have maybe what it is, but also then bring it to what you want it to be. And if it's a relationship, if there's conflict, bring it to one of your mirrors can be you and that person smiling, saying, I honor you, or, namaste, or it's okay, or I love you, and start energizing that, because you'll feel your power center actually release when you go into the emotion of that as opposed to the emotion of this.
It's cool.
Yeah, that was a nice little thank you.
That was perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us this week. Remember, Beth's website is innerlightteaching.com. Thank you to Beth for joining me and giving some wonderful guidance this week with lots of spirit. See if you can see the energy around Beth as she was working in this week's ColorScope. So sending you lots of coloriscious blessings for your week ahead. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.